Okay, so welcome to the second blog of this lab. Okay, so I don't know why I started this series. I'm not when it's not even an application or a video game, but anyways, I wasn't able to complete the experiments yesterday because I was caught up in another work for my internship. So what I have done till now is where we left off. I've created three samples. Each one is using ethanol, and these samples are going to be used to test how finely and accurately a thin graphite layer can be applied on a copper FFO substrate. So I've created the ethanol samples. Now I have to only create the isopropyl alcohol samples and see how both of these perform. Okay, so when I left this off yesterday, what I have noticed is, look at this. So the water, and maybe it's a mixture of water and ethanol, since I can see it's a bit tinted in the blue color. So what I can see is this little bit of graphite suspended in there, and below that I guess all of the extra graphite material has fallen out of suspension. If you mix it up, it goes back to normal. So I think we need to figure out why that happens. After I am done with the isopropyl alcohol samples, I'll start, figuring out why was that happening, and if we need to tweak or change anything in our process. And this was the 5% solution, I guess. Yeah, this one is the 5% solution. Is 10% solution. Same thing is happening here too. It's a bit more tinted in blue. I think there's a much more concentration of ethanol here, because the ethanol that I'm using comes from inside as a bottle because it's readily available. So as you can see, it has a blue color. So the concentration must be higher too here. Or maybe, I could be wrong. It could be something else. Maybe the coloring, the colors that represent in the sanitizer might have mixed with the water, and as a result we can see the blue tinted water here, while it's not actually ethanol. That could be possible, but let's see what is the real issue. We'd have to figure that out after we are done with this, obviously. Same thing with the first ever sample. The graphite that has fallen out of suspension, and the clear liquid that is here, which is tinted. Okay, so we have all of the material laid out already, because I didn't clean much on the table. That I didn't clean the lab that well yesterday. After leaving, I went down for lunch, but I didn't come back after that. So everything is where it needs to be to start the experiments, and I just have to fill up the water and maybe set up the camera. And yeah, I guess we are done, good to go. We can just start experimenting right away. So I'll just do that quickly. So first of all, I think I can do that. Okay, so this is nice. Turn on the lights here. Okay, so fun fact about this lab, I don't really know where is this lab located. It's actually, in a storeroom in the house that my parents own. So it's my dad's storeroom, and he gave it to me to run my experiments and all. It's a really long story. We'll discuss it afterwards. The beakers have been cleaned. I cleaned them yesterday, just right after we finished the experiment, so that they don't get too stained. And all of the glassware is clean, to be honest. The stir rod, the dropper, the beakers, all of them were cleaned thoroughly yesterday. Okay, I have got a mask here. I can just use the same mask from yesterday as well. There's no need to change masks or anything, because you're not working with something that dangerous, I just go get the water in this plastic beaker. The water is there. I've got the glue there. I have to turn on the fan. It has been raining since yesterday in Raipur, so it's quite a different weather in Raipur nowadays. 1 second it's the hottest day of the year ever, and then the very next day it's just raining all day long. Raipur isn't somewhere you would wish to be. The people here are really nice though, except a few, of course. But yeah, Raipur, I mean, as my hometown, I obviously have to support it. It's a good city, but not, of course, the best one. If you want to do work like this, I'm moving to Mysore for a reason. Okay, so we would do what we have been doing. Take this. This would be used to clean this dropper. Take this. Here's the isopropyl. I don't need this. All of those things aside. I do need this. I have to be really careful though. Just wait a little bit to that. I'm just cleaning this up for good measure. It's clean now. The tip needs to be clean. Okay. Let's start experimenting then. Okay. You tear it. I don't know what it's called, but I don't know. Zeroing it might be. Oh fuck! I messed up. Okay, so that is why you shouldn't be distracted while you are working with stuff like this. The mess that graphite creates, oh god, it's just unbearable sometimes. I mean, I know the mistake was from my side, but come on. Why does it have to be this big of a mess? I have to clean this now. Luckily, I have a cloth which is going to do laundry anyway, so I'll just clean this. Bring the cloths. Okay. After we are done with the experiments, I would clean each and every part that's seen by graphite once more, because you can just really tell apart if the thing is slightly tinted by graphite or not. Okay. This whole thing is 52 grams, by the way. Like the beaker. For anyone who's interested, Okay, now time to add this. So last time, I don't know if you can hear that, but the vendor, what should we call them? Not a street vendor, because he doesn't stay in a specific street, but I don't know what's the word for it, but yeah, हम तो सिर्फ वही बोलते हैं सामान बेचने वाला, I don't know what else to call him. Okay, he's a fruit seller as well. Okay, just realized that. Okay. So currently I'm making, crafts and all. So again, we are going to do what we did yesterday. If we find out the issue behind the graphite falling out of the suspension, then we would definitely change the methodology of making the suspension and do another test with, like testing it with ethanol and isopropyl alcohol in different concentrations of graphite. But right now, you know, it's just let's keep the thing the way. Yeah. So again, we have to make a 2.15 gram suspension. So I just like to pull up the calculator whenever I feel like it, because I'm not that great in quick calculations, especially with basic operations such as subtraction and addition. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, so 0.2 gram to 0.2 into 2.5. Okay. Six, three. What is it? The fuck? Okay, so as it didn't detect a change in weight for so long, it just turned itself off. I have to do this shit again. Okay. Just a little more. 0.62. You know what? One thing that I'm going to do is create a solution of isopropyl alcohol and water. Oh wait, maybe I should just drop it. Why am I carrying that much? Okay, fucking hell. Oh god, that just doesn't have whatever it's called. Do the thing, the cord, the cork. What it's called? It's used to stop, reduce the flow of liquid in bottles like this. I forgot. It wasn't there. So 0.8079. Okay. Okay. And as always, 0.4 grams of water. Mix it all up. The first thing that I notice is the smell that's coming from the solution because of the isopropyl alcohol. It smells like isopropyl alcohol, obviously. I know how to define this smell. Yeah, but it definitely smells different. Time to wait. I almost forgot. You have to add PVA too. We do that. Is this? Wow. With Pidlite, you have a lot of work to do on these things, you know. What will always keep getting clogged. Okay. Okay. The first sample is created. Let's mark it. We don't have to put the red circle on top of these ones. Only the black mark to signify what experiment this is. Okay. There's that. Clean this. Oh, you're good at it. Reverse this. Okay, so what are those things? I think those are some sort of fat, or might be something else. I don't know. Might have come from the PVA, might have come from the graphite itself. It might be just a thin layer of graphite, floating on top of the water as well. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think that's visible on camera, but there is definitely something floating on top of graphite there. The solution, whatever that is, there. Okay, so let me just use this clean stuff. Okay. Yeah, see, I think we can already see how it's going to work. I feel like it's much better than the ethanol one, because when I was cleaning the beaker when we were doing the ethanol experiments, the graphite layer didn't get, suspended enough. There were just clumps of graphite, and there was not a clean distribution, a clean thin distribution, which you can see in this one. So I guess isopropyl could be better. Let's see. Okay. The graphite now, and now we are going to do the 10% one. 0.10 into 5. It's going to 3 grams, 0.3, and then will be 9. 2.8. Time to add this. It was to give this one laundry. Even without adding any kind of water, this suspension is just so better than when we had before, but we are going to of course add a little bit of water, because you have to control how fast the acetone dries out. Sorry, what the fuck was I saying there? Yeah, so the isopropyl that evaporates, not the acetone that dries out. That's something else, bro. What the fuck? My head is hitting some shit. I don't know. I might be just tripping. False right now. Okay. Okay. Green. These vials have colored caps, so I can color code my samples. So what I have done is I have kept the yellow ones for the initial 20% concentration, the green ones for the 10%, the pink ones for the 5% concentration. Look at the pattern that this creates though. Cool. This is how rivers work, by the way. Shit is so cool. The whole thing about science is so cool, bro. Of course. Okay. The thing that appears on top of the suspension, guess that might just be graphite as well as a little bit of PVA too. A mixture of graphite and PVA. That could be it. If I could get a sample. Oh shit. So the graphite has fallen out of suspension, only the one remaining at top being transferred to the glass one. Time for the last one. This one. So 0.5, so that means I choose package for this one. It's easier to be honest. 1.5. So 0.15, of course. Fucking hell. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. not talk about what just happened there. I need to clean so much stuff. Fucking, for God's sake, bro. Fucking hell. Let's sing it again. You know, no issues. Dude, fucking hell, you fucking bloody hell. Dimwit. Fucking hell, dude. Fuck you, dude. Why am I cursing the fucking graphite? Why am I fucking cursing graphite powder, bro? Like the container of the graphite powder. Why am I cursing that shit and also the spoon that's used to pick up the graphite? Fucking hell. It's just so irritating. You know, working with graphite itself is really irritating. It just fucking doesn't want to stay in a single place. It's just so enthusiastic. Too much, to be honest. Before I add any that to rotate it first, of course. And 3.94 to 3.25. Oh, 9. Could really use a larger dropper, a larger glass dropper. I don't have that. Oh, 2.69. Okay, yeah, no. And this. Trying to listen to one. One more thing that I've noticed is that our samples in the ethanol suspension don't fall, the graphite doesn't fall out of the suspension that much. Okay, so might be in the property of acetone. Acetone so good, it's a special. Trying to add this. Take a little bit. a little bit. Take a little more. Mark it. So we are done with the samples. We created the samples, all good and done. I have to just put them in this rack. Let them sit for a while, see what happens when do they follow the suspension or not. And while it's doing that, we'll just check once why does it follow the suspension. One thing that I want to do is just explore how well they do the suspension. Like right now, I'm really curious about this. Okay, no, let's not do this. How do this well? Let's see what this suspension does to a piece of wood, block of wood. It's mostly water, so it's going to rot this shit. Okay, time to clean all of this up. The rack aside. Let's go clean everything up. I'll have to throw this one out. Clean this, and also put up this. Let's do these ones. Maybe let's do these last. Let's do this. So Discord took actions against my account because I see some shit about Israel, something like as in me. I was trolling about Israel, so I guess that happens. To take get some tissue paper. I don't have any other cloth, so if you can't use this. Oh, what is it called? A bag for cubes. Oh God. Uh, okay, so I have to clean this thoroughly. Okay, so we are mostly clean now. Just have to put all of these chemicals, containers, everything in their original place. After which you will be done. There's not what to do. So I think I'll just close this blog, and in the next one I'll inform you, or we would test together. Well, first we would test together Wait, no. Should we test it first, or should we find out the reason for the suspension falling out first? Okay, so you know what? Let's just do one thing. We were to find out why the suspension, like the graphite falls out of suspension, and then in the next one after that, we would see how it performs in the spinning test. Okay. Okay, so hello and welcome to the second vlog, maybe the second lab report of this lab, I guess. Why am I calling this devlog when it isn't about developing a game or an application? But anyways, so yesterday I wasn't able to finish the whole experiment because I was caught up in another work for my internship. So that's why I wasn't here at the lab for most of the time after completing the first experiments and creating the first three samples. So now what we're going to do is complete the remaining samples and then maybe prepare for the experiment that we're going to do tomorrow with these samples. So we are going to take the samples, and then what we're going to do, we would take the copper substrates, the FR4 and copper substrates, and then print on a layer or apply a thin layer of graphite on them and see how the suspension is able to create that thin film of graphite, how accurately and how finely is the graphite layer created. And it needs to be just make sure that the graphite doesn't